Hey people, how you doing today? Happy day to you. Let me just start off by saying peace and blessings to everyone that's watching this live stream. And as well as I would just like to say to everyone that's watching, hold on a second. Right, just had to fix some things. So just give me a minute. For those of you that are in the room, come on in. Um, I'm gonna talk about loss today because you know there's been quite a bit of loss, not just with myself, but you know with the world, and that's today's topic is basically it's about loss. But at the same time, even with certain things that is a loss, it can be a good thing, and I'll talk about that as well. But in the meantime, for everybody that's coming in, let me know you're here in the building. All right. Just leave a comment. All right. And if you would like to donate, definitely hit the buy me a coffee. Okay. It's pinned to the top of the chat. All right. If you put £1, £2, £3, £5, £10, whatever, I gladly appreciate it. And that goes towards my goal of leaving this country. If you guys want to put a super chat, would be gladly appreciated. All that good stuff. So, uh, I'm just going to give a couple of minutes before, I start with the subject that I want to talk about because um, it's, like I said, it's for me, I think it's interesting. Um, and yeah, yeah, yeah. I just think it's interesting. All right, so let's get into this, right? So I have recently had some financial losses. Um, I've had certain people who just, you know, they got out of my life. Um, However, speaking of that, um, it may be a loss, but I tell you this, it's replaceable. And the reason why I say it's replaceable because, um, with money, just like you can make it, you can lose it. Just like you can make it, you can save it. Just like you can get it, but, you know, you can give it. You see what I mean? So, you know, money comes and goes. You understand? Um, just like with people, you know, there are going to be three people that come into your life, right? Um, One that's going to come in for a reason, and these people can be temporary. These people can be, just for the moment. These people can be, shall we say, people who just um, they're just there, for the time being, and then they're gone, right? And then, of course, you have lifetime people who, these are the people that truly stick around, um, regardless of the ups, the downs, but they stick around for years and years and years to come, provided that something in life or choice hasn't been made where they need to leave or things like that, or they haven't passed away, and but yeah. Anyways, and um, and then you just have people who are there for a season. Some people who they come into your lives and they bring you whatever uh, the purpose is, and they're gone. You know what I mean? And that's just the simple answer to that. Um, does it matter why they're gone? Um, Maybe, but that's up for you to decide if they're gone or not, uh, in terms of how important it was or if it meant anything to you. That's up to you to decide. But the simple answer I'm saying is that everybody can be replaced, you know, um, with the exception of the people who are just simply one offs, or one of a kind, rather, that, you know, when they're out of your lives, like, for example, if this person has passed away, which is something I'm going to talk about in a few minutes. Like, for example, if you have a mother or if you have a father or things like that in your life, when they die, there's only one of them. You know, if you have a brother, if you have a sister, there's only one of them. You know, um, with friends, yeah, they may be one of a kind, but friends can be replaced, associates can be replaced, and that's just the facts of life, right? Um, and I don't say that in a mean way. I'm just saying that's just life sometimes. That um, there are just certain people that they come and they're gone, you know, um, and yet somebody comes into your life that can replace them, but not replace them in the sense that they're replacing their personality, they're replacing, you know, their influence or anything like that. They're just replacing the fact that, what's the status? Let's put it this way, right? So here's another example of what I'm talking about. So just like you could be in a relationship, right? And the relationship doesn't work out. And of course, once you break up, this person becomes your ex, right? Okay, so once they become your ex, then that's pretty much, you know, a done deal. But that doesn't mean that just because they're your ex, that another person, you know, might not come along and replace that ex. So then the person that comes along and you decide you want to be in a relationship with is the one that replaces the ex. So that's an example of what I'm talking about. Okay. And speaking of relationships, look out for a video that, I'll be putting out this week, talking about relationships. Okay. So, definitely this week I'll be putting out that video because I want to share some thoughts. Because I saw something recently, and it just made me think about, um, some thoughts as far as relationships. And I just wanted to share my personal experience as well as how I, you know, how I see it and how I perceive things and all that stuff. So yeah. But anyways, so that's, that kind of, uh, you know, replacement you can have, or and that's that kind of loss that you could have in your life, right? Anyways, quick plug, by the way. Just do me a favor for those of you that are in the live, all right, or watching the replay. Please click the Buy Me a Coffee link. It's pinned to the top of the chat, all right? And you can put as much as £1, £2, £3, whatever, and this will help my cause. Okay, I gladly appreciate it. All right, if you're watching the replay, you can find the Buy Me a Coffee link. It's in the description for you to go ahead and do that, and I would gladly appreciate it. And this will go towards my cause of leaving this country, which, by the way, I'm also working on a video talking about that. So, y'all stay tuned for that. So, yeah. So For those of you who are in the room, do me one favor as well. Just smash that like, just pop, 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 smash that like button for me for the algorithm so that this video will be recommended to many, 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 many people. All right. And let me know you're in the room. Just say hey, just say hey, what's up, blah, 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 whatever. Don't be shy. It's all right. Anyways, so back to the subject. Um, there's something I need to do really, really quick. Right? Just excuse me for a second. Excuse me. Something I need to do really, really, really quick. Right? Sorry about that. Okay. 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 Right. Okay. There we go. All right. Go. Mm-hmm. All right. Sorry about that. So anyway, so like I was saying, um, so like I said, today's topic is about loss. All right. So for those of you that are in the room, that's what today's topic is about. It's about loss, right? Um, so I wanted to make mention, speaking of loss, of the following people that who have passed on, and I just want to give them my I just want to give my condolences to the families of the following names, and I want to talk about the individuals in as well. Okay, right. So first person, and literally when I tell you, like the names I'm about to call out, like this practically has happened. These are all people who have passed on and were influential people and things like that. And this all literally happened within the space of, let's just say, I would say 3 weeks to about a month, like literally back to back to back. It almost seems like it, you know what I mean? So I just want to acknowledge the following names, and that would be this guy named Jerry, right? Let's see. Uh, Anu Christie. Okay. Uh, Says, blessings beloved. I lived in London 2004, 2007. While serving there was a place called Crisis Skylark off the Chapel. Check out that. Okay, okay, sure, sure, sure. I'll definitely go check out that place. Um, let's see. All right. Yeah, I'll definitely put that on my list. By the way, how you doing? Let me know what's going on with you. Thank you for sharing. By the way, thank you for your service. All right. That's awesome. So, anyways, um, there was a gentleman by the name of I think his name was Jerry Brown or Jerry. I can't remember his last name. Sorry. And then there was another singer. Her name was Gwen McGee. Okay, she's had, I guess, some hits back in the day. And then of course the one and only Roberta Flack. Okay, so for those of you who don't know who Roberta Flack is, I encourage you to please go and Google her name. Now, she is, quite, the prolific singer, great songwriter, and things like that. And for those of you who don't know, that the very song that you hear Lauren Hill sing, which which has made her popular. Roberta, yes, thank you. Killing Me Softly, yes, yes, definitely. Um, and as well as there are many other songs that she's done that are equally as famous and has been sampled and all this good stuff. But what I'm saying is, um, um, this is the influence that this lady has had, um, you know, throughout the world. That you know, one song that she wrote, you know, many moons ago, and it took a new artist like Lauryn Hill at that time, who was brand new, to put it out, and it just exploded and took a life of its own. And so, you know, we would like to give Roberta Flack her virtual flowers, and we say, Roberta Flack, thank you for your talents. We thank you for your generosity. We thank you for everything that you've done. And uh, you know, and even though this might be a great loss to us, but at the same time, she's left a legacy, and she is an absolute icon and legend in the music game. Now, next person that also has passed away is Chris Jasper. Okay. Um, or sorry, I mean, Chris, yeah, yeah. Um, Chris, or rather, Chris Isley, or Chris Jasper. Anyways, so this is one of the guys that's part of the Isley brothers, believe it or not, and he played keys, and actually he was responsible for a few of their songs, and he's also played a big influence in their music and things like that. Okay. Um, Another name to be mentioned, and like I said, rest in peace to all the names that I'm calling out, is Angie Stone. Okay, Angie Stone. She was, I mean, just not only a heck of a singer, but she was quite the personality that if she believed in something, she stood 10 toes down in what she believed. All right. And, you know, she also was part of that, shall we say, neo soul movement that was just coming out. And she played a big part of, how that whole movement has evolved into what it is today. So rest in peace to Angie Stone. Okay, another person who recently passed away, by the way, Roy Ayers. Okay, now for those of you who don't know, I am a musician. Many years ago, um, I met Roy actually through my drum teacher, believe it or not. And one of these days, I'm gonna talk about that story, but I'm gonna do that on my other channel. Okay, where I'll share that story. All right. But he was quite the personality. But yeah, he's had all these songs and things like that that has made a huge impact on a lot of people. And we thank you, Roy. We thank you. We thank you. Um, and another one that recently passed away is a guy by the name of Dwayne Higgins. Okay, Dwayne Higgins is simply known for being with the group called Tony. All right. And so Dwayne is another one who was very influential, not just being a part of the group, but in case y'all don't know, he was the guy that took on Destiny's Child before Destiny's Child was even a name at that point. He was the one that signed them to his production deal, which end up getting them signed, and he's done a couple of songs for them that has gone on to do major and big things, as well as he's the lead vocalist for certain songs with Tony Terry. Tony. Sorry, can't talk today. Anyways, but yeah, Dwayne Wiggins played a huge influence in the music industry, in the music game, and we thank all of these uh, names that I called out, and as well as I would just like to say rest in peace to every person who recently has passed away. Um, and so my condolences goes to the family and to the loved ones and things like that. Okay. Now, let me just say this, right? With all these names that I just called out. Okay. Um, you know, we could look at this as a sad occasion. And what I can tell you is this is now, even though I don't know any of these, well, with the exception of Roy, because I met him and I had a chance to hang out with him. But everyone else that I've called out, I've never met them. I know friends that know these people and things like that. But what I'm saying is, I've never met these people. Um, but I say that I don't feel sad in the sense that um, I want to cry. No, I feel sad for the fact that you know their lives, you know, are done, and I feel sad for the people who were closest, like family and friends, right? But I feel happy for the influence, for whatever part that they played, uh, whether it would be, they've done something influential, they've done something great. I feel happy for the fact that they're able to accomplish all of these things. And because of them passing, um, I can say, hey, here's a story about that. Or I could say, man, these people are legendary. These people are icons. I feel happy that the fact that they've done the work, and their death has made them to be greater, actually, if you think about it, um, than they were alive. Now, that might sound kind of, messed up, but let me just put it this way, right? Like, let me give you an example of what I'm talking about. What's interesting, right, is with certain people, right? I'll give example, like since we're talking about musicians and singers, right? What I find interesting is a guy like Jimi Hendrix, okay? Jimi Hendrix died in his 30s, but Jimi Hendrix to this day um, is a much bigger influence, him being passed away, than when he was alive. Now, let me just say this. I'm not trying to say, it seems as though it's better. No, that's not what I'm trying to say. What I'm trying to say here is that even though he died, young, but what I'm trying to say is that time has definitely been on his side because of the work that he put in from the time he passed away to today, where he's a huge influence, and he has influenced many musicians, many people. He's a legend. He's all of these things. You know what I'm saying? And and this will go on for many years to come. You know what I mean? Um, another example of what I'm talking about, Bob Marley, right? Like, imagine this guy also, he died young, but who would have thought, like, think of it this way, who would have thought that even to this day, Bob Marley's albums, if you look on like iTunes or those type of, charts, he's always on the top 10. He's never, never, never like on the bottom of the list. Never. Now imagine it's not like this guy is alive and he's coming out with new records and things like that. No, like, they're still, you know, saying that this one artist who has all these records year after year after year after year, his records, whether it be one of them, whether it be the second, whether it be the third, it doesn't matter. But what I'm saying is he always seems to reach the top 10 because people still love his work. People still search his work. People still buy his work. You see? So he put in the work for him to get to this point where he's on top regardless. You know what I mean? I mean, and it's funny because, or should I say, it's interesting rather, because even the soundtrack for Bob Marley won a Grammy. Like, like how interesting is that? That he's no longer here to physically receive that award, but his kids are, and associates can receive the award. But obviously his work and his death means something today and will continue to keep meaning something, right? So I say all this to say that this is why it's okay to lose, right? Hence why I put the title, because it's okay to lose, because there's always something greater that comes from it. You see? No different than when I've lost both my parents. Obviously, something greater has come out of it. You know what I'm saying? And probably in years to come, you know, the influence will continue and continue and continue. You see what I mean? And hopefully, me as a person will also influence somebody in return. You know, as a it's sort of like saying, you know, each one teach one, where my story and my adventures and my, whatever it is that I've gone through will continue to influence somebody in a way to say, man, because of this guy in some kind of way, made me think about something, made me see life in something, or maybe want to start something, or maybe he said something that just was a game changer. If that's the case, trust me, I feel proud. If that's the case, I've done my job. You know what I mean? And I would be eternally grateful. So so this is why I say, you know, it's okay to lose something, because with losing something, sometimes something greater, or most times from what I've seen, something greater comes from the loss. You see what I mean? So, oops, excuse me. So, anyways, so I'm at McDonald's, by the way. Mm, I'm just having a Coke and a smile. So, anyway, so right now I see there is 5 people in the room. Just do me one simple favor, everybody. Just pop, 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 just give this video a like. That's all you gotta do. It don't cost you nothing. Just give this video a like. If you appreciate, you know, my live streams, or if you appreciate me, if you'd like to show your support, okay, you can do so by simply buy me a coffee, okay? The link is pinned to the chat. You can put 1, You can put 2, you can put 3, you could put 5, you could put 10, you could put as much as 100 if you really are a baller. If you're a baller, hey, you know what? I would like, you know what? How about this? I would like to see who is the baller of the live stream. And the baller of the live stream is going to get bragging rights on this live stream. So if you buy me a coffee, and let's say it's more than, let me see, it's more than, how about this? If you buy me a coffee that's more than 50 pounds or $50 or whichever one, right? I will make you the baller of this live stream, right? So, um, anyways, right. There we go. There we go. So, right. So anyways, what was I saying? So I'm gonna have a Coke and a smile. Mm, mm, mm. Right. So speaking of losses, no different than people who want to come in and they want to troll, or they can be they can be gone too. They can be gone. You understand what I'm saying? But it's all good. Hey, but anyways, so getting back to what I was saying. Um, so I just want to know from everyone: have you ever had a loss in your life, whether it would be people, it be things, whether you know, it doesn't matter. Just let me know in the comments. Have you guys gone through some sort of loss, but it turned out to be a good thing? That's what I want to know. Okay, that's what I want to talk about. Um, so speaking of, if anybody would like to come on up and have a live talk with me, all right. There's only one thing I do require. You must cam up. If you cannot cam up, sorry, it's just not going to happen. That's just the rules. That's just the way it is. Okay. So, and unless I absolutely know who it is, I might make the exception. But if I don't know who you are, you got it. Nope, nope. I can't accept. You must cam. All right. That's the rules. If you want to come and if you want to talk. If you want to come, you want to talk, let me know. I'll put the link in the chat. All right. So it's all good. But anyways, so getting back to what I was saying, okay. Mm, right. So yeah, so I've had like I said, I've had some, losses, but it doesn't mean just because I've had loss that I won't gain anything back. Doesn't mean that. Just because I'm in this situation where, I'm basically homeless, I'm staying from hostel to hotel and just bouncing around, doesn't mean I won't get back, the kind of life that I had. Doesn't mean that. It just means that right now, it's just taking time for me to turn things around. But at the same time, um, you know, um, there we go. Now, but at the same time, it doesn't mean that um, I won't be able to get back the things that I once had. That's all. It just means that it takes time. And when it takes time, you know what I mean? It's all right. So, Sonia. Okay, Sonia. I have no interest in talking about that. So, Sonia, all I could say is if you are here to talk about the subject, cool. If you're not, then don't waste your time being on this live. Um, you know, it's no point. Anyways, but thank you to the live. All right, so excuse me. Mm. Oh yeah. So like I was saying, oh wait a minute, let me see something. Let's see something. Okay, cool. All right, just want to make sure. Okay, everything was everything. Right. So getting back to what I was saying, um, yeah. So just because I've had all these losses, um, it doesn't mean that I won't get back to the kind of life that I once had or I once was living. Matter of fact, you know, it could be that when things turn around, my life could be a lot greater than I've ever had, or I could be a lot greater in the sense that what I lost, I end up getting something a lot better than what I lost. And I believe that's going to happen. You know, I really sincerely believe that's going to happen. So, you know what I'm saying? Um, and for those of you who believe in what I'm talking about, let me know in the comments. Just let me know. Let me know. Just let me know. Let me know if if you've ever had a loss in your life where you've lost a person, you've lost things, or you've had some downs in your life, and it's been a turnaround. Let me know. I would like to know. Just let me know in the comments. Um, so for those of you who are coming into my live, just do me one favor, smash that like button. Just smash it. That's all you gotta do. It's free, no problem. I'd appreciate it. All right. So yes. So but as a side note, just to mention something. So so as a side note, right? So um originally I was gonna go to Starbucks to do my live stream. And see, there we go. So there we go. There we go. There we go. Right. So originally, I was going to do my live stream. Okay. And oh, let me just say this. For those of you who are going to try to come in to my live and say certain things, you'll get blocked. I'm just warning you. So don't waste your time. You know what I mean? Just don't do it. Just don't do it. That's stick to the subject. Anyways, but thank you for coming. But thank you. You know what I'm saying? Anyways, so um anyways, where was I? Oh yes. So y'all let me know in the comments um if you've gone through a loss or anything like that. So for any one of y'all who would like to help support me, okay, you can buy me a coffee. All right. Link will be pinned. The link is actually pinned to the chat. That's all. Just go there, just click it. You could put one, you could put two, you could put three, you could put four, you could put as many as you want. You want to be a baller for today? Then all you got to do is just buy me a coffee. Okay. that's, let's just say, worth about 50 pounds or $50, and I will make you the baller of today. All right. If you could do that. So, yeah. Yes. Uh-huh. Sorry about that. Okay. Okay. All right. All right. All right. Wow. 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 Oh, wow. Oh, wow. Oh, wow. Yeah. Someone just texted me, you know. Um, Charles is saying, hi, Mike. Yes, I've definitely had some losses and disappointment. I'm 56 as well. So it's never too late. Yes, yes, yes. Thank you, Charles. Yeah, can you tell me, or at least some, you don't have to go into the whole thing, but if you can tell me about some of your losses and disappointments, and maybe I can relate, in some kind of way. Maybe I can share you, how I dealt with it, or I can share you, my my experiences. So let me know, Charles. Yeah, yeah, uh, yeah. But thank you for your understanding. Definitely. Um, I'm going to say this, right, Charles. Let me just say this to you. Um, it's people like you, Charles, is why I come and I do these live streams, because of I just want to be able to feel like I'm sharing myself, and my story. And if there's someone out there that can relate, or someone that can tell me something, of interest, this is why I do it. And it's people like you, Charles, that makes it worth it. So, Charles, I give you my virtual flowers to you, and thank you so much, thank you so much. So this is why I say it's people like Charles, ladies and gentlemen. Okay, matter of fact, let me just do it this way. Okay, see this comment? Okay, this is what I'm talking about. This is why I do these lives. This is why, because it's people like this guy, Charles, thank you, thank you. And he's also 56 and shares the same age as me, and also says it's never too late. Thank you, thank you, thank you so much. Thank you, thank you. So, Charles, if you can just expound in terms of your losses or disappointments, it could be anything. And you don't have to get into everything, but if you could just share like one or two, I would gladly appreciate it. Or here's what, Charles, if you would like to come on up and, we can talk about this, yeah, by all means, you know what I mean? I will put the link in the description for you to go ahead and do so. And the only thing I ask, Charles, or anybody that wants to come up and talk, is that you must cam up. It's very important to me that you must cam up. If you can't cam up, I'm sorry, I can't have you up on the stream. Anyways, so yeah, just let me know what is your losses and disappointments. And by the way, Charles, since you're the same age as mine, um, so I would just like to know, how did you recover from the losses and the disappointments? Just let me know in the comments. How did you recover? So But yeah, but it's all good. But yeah, so like I said, in the meantime, for those of you who are in the room right now, or you're watching the replay, smash that like button. That's it. Boom. Just smash that like button. All right. It's free. That's all you got to do. Smash that like button. If you'd like to show your support, the link is pinned to the top of the chat. You can put as much as $1, £1, two, three, four, five, whatever you'd like. And I would appreciate it. And this will go towards my goal of starting over. Okay. So, and for those of you who are watching the replay, the link to buy me a coffee is in the description. All right. That's all you got to do. Okay. So, anyways, um, but so that's what we're talking about. So right now I'm just at McDonald's having a Coke. By the way. No, I'm not getting paid by McDonald's or anything like that. But McDonald's, if you're watching and you would like to help sponsor this stream or any future streams or any one of my videos, please contact me. Okay. And, let's talk business and we will take it from there. Okay. Thank you, McDonald's. Oh my goodness, man. But anyways, yes. I tell you, life can be interesting sometimes, because I swear, like you just never know with people in terms of who's watching. You just never know with, sometimes putting yourself out there, you know, actually can lead you to opportunities. It can lead you to someone who probably is an influence. It could lead you to many things. All right. So what is Charles saying? My biggest losses have been losing both my parents. My condolences to you. Okay, I've lost both my parents and as well, Charles. All right. In addition, my career has not been what I had hoped for in terms of my achievements and finances. I'm actually driving, so I'm. Oh, okay. No worries, no worries, no worries, no worries, no worries, no worries, no worries. Okay, no worries, no worries, no worries, no worries, no worries. Right? No worries, no worries, no worries. Um, anyways, no worries. So, but it's all good, right? Um, let's see. Uh, so yeah, but so by the way, speaking of your career, can you tell me what is your career that you've decided to do? Just let me know. What is your career? Yeah, just let me know what your career is. Yeah. Well, here's what I will tell you as far as your career, right? Now, anybody who has a career, anybody who is, let's just say, an owner of a business or a company or anything like that, um, it is my firm belief that if you're passionate and you truly believe in what it is that you love to do, what it is that you're trying to do, then obviously, the rewards and the pay, will definitely come. Um, it may not come at the time that you would like to see it happen, but This is why I mentioned, you know, these names in terms of, you know, the singers and the musicians and that has passed away. Like, if you think of it this way, like, look at how long it took for them to get to the point that we consider them legends. We consider them icons. Like, that's a lot of years. Even the times that, you know, things were great and then things just fell off. And then, boom, you know, it just took one moment in their lives at a later point that it just exploded. And then it just kind of tapered off. And then something else happened, boom, it took off. And then things might have went down. And then, you know, it came up again. But you notice that for every year something has gone by, that their work and their legacy is being built up, so that, you know, as the years go by, they're earning their status from just being a proprietor to a legend. You know what I mean? And even in some cases where they are just icons. Could you imagine? Like, let's think of it this way, right? Like, let's say with your career, I don't know what your career is, right? But here's what I will tell you. Like, could you imagine you've been doing your career for, let's just say, 10 years, right? And without thinking about it, that you've put in all this work, and here it is 10 years after the fact, some 25-year-old comes up to you and has told you that they love your work and they are influenced and they became, you know, the very thing that they're trying to become because of your hard work. You see? Or someone, uh, you know, is looking at what you're doing, and you might think, well, it's all right. But to them, you know, that's fantastic because they're the ones that's seeing the bigger picture. Now, even though, you know, you might be seeing it from the point of view of, well, if you like that, then, you know, you ain't seen nothing yet. Because just like with me in my career, I'm always reaching. You know, I'm never gonna feel like I've gotten there. No, no, because I'm always reaching, learning. You know, I've had performances that I've done, and um, or things in my career that I've done that, you know, I always walk away like I could have done better, or I could have done this. You know, I've, you know, that's just me. And I guess if you want to call that being a perfectionist, then, you know, then okay, I guess I'll take that. But the point is that because I've never settled and said this is it, you know, and there can always be greater. That's why I strive, right? And so for those who feel influenced by my work, you know, then I take that as a huge compliment. You see, um, Charles says, my career is in public education, but I'm a class. Okay. Classical singer with degrees in vocal music who still aspires to do music. Okay, so all right, now watch this. Now watch this. Okay, now it's interesting. You said this, right? Now I'm glad that you brought this up. Okay, now your career is in public education. Now you didn't quite say what was it that you weren't satisfied in, but you also said that you're a classical singer with a degree, and it's in vocal music, and you inspire to do more musically. So um, here's what I will say to you, right? Now, funny enough, right? I was just watching a video of a singer by the name of Shante Moore, right? and she was on a video podcast called R&B Money by two singers, Tank and Jay Valentine, which I love their podcasts. And you know, um, I just love how the conversations go with all of the people that they have. Whether it's people who are behind the scenes, whether it's famous people, but they seem to have these like conversations that you normally wouldn't hear from most people who are doing these podcasts, and you know they kind of give the same kind of, shall we say, predictable conversations or predictable questions and things like that. But anyways, right now, hey TMI, what's going on, man? All right, so getting back to what I was saying. So um so what I'm saying here is, now imagine that Shantae, uh, who's been singing for, let's just say, over 30 years, she said something very interesting in that podcast, that she never had a vocal coach, right? So the vocal coach that she ended up going to was a guy named Rob Stevens. Now, I've met Rob Stevens, by the way, okay? Because at the time when I lived in Orlando, you know, that's where he stayed, and I met him, cool guy, and blah, 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 blah. Anyways, but what I'm saying here is that, um, and just to give you a little backstory with Rob, okay, he also had a hit himself called Foreplay, right? It was basically just a one-hit wonder, but you know, because of everything that has gone on from that point, and he made a transition to becoming a vocal coach. And now he is literally considered one of the best vocal coaches to many, many, many singers, from the known people to unknown. So I'll give example, like he'll go out on the road with Dave Matthews or Justin Timberlake and all these big, 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 big names, and he'll do all their vocal warm-ups, and he'll do all their, all the necessary things to make sure that their skills are sharpened before hitting that stage, right? So, so what I'm saying here is that, you know, when she said she finally went and had a lesson, with this guy, um, it took for her to realize that even after all this time, that she still needed to, improve. She still needed to climb the ladder. She still, you see what I'm saying? So I'm just saying this to you, Charles, that with your type of background, that you're a classical singer, maybe you can do vocal coaching. You see what I'm saying? Um, and as a matter of fact, speaking of classical singers, um, actually, Mariah Carey's mom is a vocal coach also, and she's a damn good one too, might I add. Okay, so maybe you might want to consider that as another career that you can also do. You know what I mean? Anyways, so just wanted to pass that off to you. So what else did you say? The blessing is that I'm not far from retirement, so I'll still sing now, but I will prayerfully have some more time to pursue what I really. Yeah, yeah, yeah. Listen, bro, let me just tell you something, okay? This is my honest thought, right? For as long as you got breath in your life, you can always start over. So I'm saying this to say that age has no limits. If you really believe in what it is that you would like to do, like the amount of people I've come across, especially being on YouTube, who are like starting over, who are doing things that they never even dreamt that could have happened, or there are people who are, you know, in their 60s, and they're doing things that, oh my God, that, you know, if only they knew what they knew now, you know, and they could have applied it back then, oh my God, they you know, uh they would have been rock stars. But at the same time, um I also will say this: nothing never happens before its own time. Nothing, right? So, you know, so this is why using Shantae Moore as a good example was that it took 30 years for her to come to the point where she's like, you know what? I need a vocal coach because I'm not the same singer as I was in my 20s that can do certain things. You know, I'm aging and life happens and yada, 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 yada. And now that I've come into a different space in my life and I have new opportunities, it's time for me to take the knife and make it sharper. But in order for me to make it sharper, I need to get different type of tools, or I need to seek somebody else that can help me to sharpen the knife. You know what I'm saying? And that's why I used Shantae Moore as a good example uh, for for your comment. But yeah. But Shantae, yeah, she is. Oh my God, she's an incredible singer. Um, yeah. So what's Charles say? Thanks. I've already been doing some vocal coaching. I have a few private. Oh, okay, okay. See, look at that. Look at look at that. Look at that. Look at that. Oh my God, man. Just look at that. You know, I mean, see, so here it is, right? Like think of it this way, right? Imagine that I read your comment and I didn't know your background, I didn't know nothing. And the first thing I thought of was you being a vocal coach based upon, you know, the fact that you were talking about your background in singing and not the you know, and not the background in education, because I can't speak on things that, you know, I don't know that world. But when it comes to music, I do know that world. And funny how you know, funny how I read it, and the first thing I said was, you know, I think you might want to consider being the vocal coach. And here it is now you're saying that you're doing the very thing that I'm thinking, well, okay, if your career is not going in this direction, in the direction you like for it to go on this avenue, then you could take the skills of this avenue and you can expand that. And that's exactly, oh man, bruh, man. And man, you know what? Everybody in the chat, please, I want y'all to clap it up for Charles, man. Give him a round of applause, man. Please give this guy a round of applause, man. I think that's awesome, man. Seriously. Shout out to Big Shot Officer. How you doing? Thumbs up to you. All right. Welcome. All right. Um, yes, indeed. So what else Charles says? Yeah. Shantae is 57 or 56, but she said, yeah. Oh, definitely. So here's something. So so let me know, Charles. Did you see uh, when she did the Tiny Desk actually she was a lead singer and a background singer with Babyface, and oh my God, she was just ripping the roof off of, oh my, she was ripping the roof on that one. Let me know if you saw that one, man, or anybody in the comments. Let me know if you all saw that one in the I mean, that was just woo, and like between her, Tank, and Avery, they just was killing it. I mean, to me, like that was one of the best tiny desks. I mean, I've seen a lot of tiny desks that I think are just fantastic, and I really love Tiny Desk, by the way. So I think y'all should check that out. You know, that's a really great show. You know, because it's kind of like a a stripped down version of watching your favorite artist, um, play the music live. But some will do it in the most simplest forms, or some will kind of do it where it's kind of a hybrid. But yeah, but oh yes, 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 bro, yes, bro, yes, bro, yeah, 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 yes, yes, awesome, awesome, yes, yes, yes. That was a wicked, wicked, wicked performance, man. Yeah, and oh, and by the way, speaking of Shantae, another thing that she mentioned, and speaking of, you know, evolving and kind of starting over, like she mentioned that um, she got a call to pretty much do like it's like a who's the best singer kind of talent show, but this was in China. But of course, she's competing with, the best of the best. These are not people who are just like unknown talents. These are like the people who are the best of the best, but in that region. And she said she won, you know, one of the competitions, and she spent like 3 months out there. And what she was saying was that she's working on an album, but what she was saying was that, you know, if it wasn't for her going out there, then the 200 and some odd million people, 200 and something million people who tuned in and watched that show. And she even said, even when she walks the street, like, people give him the nickname Momo, you know because of her last name, Shante Moore, and they just kind of know her as, that's Momo, that's Momo. And so, she was just saying that she would have never imagined that it took for her to go to China. And, because of her doing this one show that she would have never even dreamt or thought of even doing, she opened up a whole nother world, that made her think outside the box. Like, because the one thing she was mentioning was that for many, 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 many years, um, most of her live performances was right in the US. I mean, even though she's done like one or two here and there outside of the US, but, you know, a good portion was in the US. And because of her going outside of the US, it made her stop to think, well, you know what? The US is not the only place to make it. The US is not the only place for me to start over. The US is not the only place I could live. You know what I'm saying? And this is what made her realize that, yeah, I might not be the Beyonce and all these A-listers, but I'm an A-lister in another place, and I can take my talents and use that some other place that can make me an A-lister and start over there, or instead of starting over, just evolve over there. You see? So funny. We're talking about Shantae Moore. This is awesome, man. This is awesome. So what does he say? Charles says, do you plan on resuming your music career, or do you want to focus primarily on your YouTube channel? Well, actually, to be honest, it's not like I've, all right, so let me put it this way. Um, it's not like I've stopped doing my music career per se, because I still play gigs and do one or two things, but I'm not as active because I've been focusing on other things and things like that. So even though I do have a YouTube channel where it's just me as a musician, yes, and that's originally how I started on YouTube. But at the same time, with this channel, because this channel has opened up a whole nother world. Hence why I've evolved, for lack of a better term. And because of me evolving, this obviously led to, us talking. You know what I mean? So, look at it that way, right? Like, if I wasn't on this channel, what's the chances that you and I probably, would be having this conversation? See what I mean? So, anyways, but right now I'm just trying to focus on turning my life around so that I would be able to afford to expound and do certain things. And right now, it's a little bit difficult to be able to do that given the position that I'm in. But it doesn't mean I've stopped. No, it just means that um, I'm active, but not in the way that I would like to be. Um, but it will happen. It's just a timing issue. That's all it is. That's the short answer for that one. So yeah, but TMI, man, why you so quiet, man? If you need me to drop the link, man, just let me know. So once again, man. But anyways, for those of you who are watching this live, just do me a favor and smash that like button. Just smash that like button, all right? All right, that's all you got to do. Smash that like button. I really, 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 really would appreciate that. All right. So yeah, but anyways, so I'm focusing. Actually, I'm focusing on both. You know, um, it's just like I said. Yeah, 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 yeah. Let me just yeah. Yes, Charles. So okay, let me talk about this because let me just say this, right? Um, everybody who is looking at this comment, right? This comment right here is everything to the very subject that I'm talking about, why loss can be okay. You see what I mean? This comment right here. Timing is everything. Thank you, Charles. Okay. So, by the way, Charles, seems like you dropping some jewels and gems. So thank you for that. I really appreciate you, Charles. I really, really appreciate you. Anyways, but yeah, but timing is literally everything. Um, and sometimes, and I know I've said this before, and I'll say it again. But sometimes in life, you got to walk through the shit, and there's no other way for me to say it. Sometimes you got to walk through shit, before you walk through a path where it's going to be better. But you can't see the better until you've walked through the shit, and that's just life sometimes, right? Um, Nobody wants to walk through, uh, life where they're on edge or they're going through a rough period or a hard time, or nobody necessarily wants to do it. But sometimes that's what happens. And as the song once said, only the strong will survive. Otherwise, you know, if you're not strong enough, it's either one of two things, or maybe three things. It's either you stop and you just give up, or just take a different path and choose something else, or start over. That's it. That's it. Just start over. That's all. You know. So that's my um, my feeling, and that's my thoughts on that. Just start over, or just keep going. You just never know. You know. Um, but just because you lose something, just because you lose people, It doesn't mean that it's done and it's over with. It just means that sometimes that's what it takes for you to get to the next place, the next phase, or whatever is next. That's what it takes. No different than if you lost $1. Maybe you losing the dollar could be your biggest blessing. Maybe you losing an item, you know, can turn out to be a better thing because you might end up getting something better that replaces the very thing you had from before. Maybe you losing a person, not death, but let's just say somebody stops talking to you or somebody doesn't want to deal with you or anything of that nature, and you losing that person can be a good thing because there's always going to be somebody else that will come and they will replace that person. And it turns out that them coming into your lives is a good thing because they're giving you something that you could be lacking. They could be giving you something that you probably actually do need. Or them just being in your life could be giving you something that, you know, it's just good to have people. That's all. you know. Or at least that's how I see it. You know what I mean? So yeah. Let's see. Let's see. Let's see. Okay. All right. Um, Colin says, "Hello, mate. If you make it back to pets, then you're welcome to conquer." Oh, thank you, thank you, thank you, thank you. Thank you. Oh my man, thank you so much for the offer. That's very, very generous of you. Thank you, thank you. Um, wow, wow, thank you, thank you. Um, once I get, once I get certain things going, um, I'll uh, I'll try to reach out to you, and and we could take it from there. But thank you so much. That's awesome. That's awesome. Like, again, um, this is the kind of thing that I'm talking about, ladies and gentlemen. You know, like just when I thought I lost a place, and this gentleman right here offered a place. And this is exactly the proof of this very live stream. Okay. This is the proof. And, you know, what can I say? This live stream definitely is proof of exactly what I'm talking about today. So, Colin, once again, thank you so much for your offer. And, you know, once I get out there, I'll definitely look you up and, you know, we can we can link up and you know we could take it from there. But thank you so much. Thank you so much. That's I mean, it it is true when they say closed mouths do not get fed. I will say that again. Closed mouths do not get fed. And this is why I am talking about my journey. This is why I'm here live to express whatever it is I need to express. This is why, because it's people like Charles, it's people like Colin, it's people like TMI. These are the people. These are the people that, you know, my life right now is proving to everyone as we speak. This is the purpose why I do these lives. This is it. Because I want to be able to come on my lives and just share my journey, and whatever blessings and comes from it, then I've done my part. You know, if I've lost something and I'm like, you know what, I let it go and I made it okay, I get the blessing back. Colin is proof. Like, I had a place in Patia, and now here's Colin saying, "You're welcome to crash at my place." You know, like I'm sorry, you can't get no better than you. Like, you cannot get no better than this, Colin, man. You know, thank you so much. Thank you so much. Flowers to you, my friend. Flowers to you. Flowers to you. You know, everybody, if you're in the chat, please give Colin a shout out, and we thank you, Colin. Thank you. Thank you. Wow. Um, this has been incredible, to say the least, so far. So far. Once again, for everybody that's watching, smash the like button. And if you'd like to contribute to my lives, and especially if you'd like to contribute to my goal of leaving this country, you can do so by buy me a coffee. The link is pinned to the top of the chat. You can do so by donating 1, 2, 3, 5, whatever you would like to donate. That's okay. Okay, could be £5, could be $5. It will be appreciated. Uh, you can do as much as 10. If you want to be a baller, anything more than 50, I will definitely make you a baller of this stream. Okay, and so if you'd like to be a baller today, all you gotta do is just put 50 in my buy me a coffee. That's all you gotta do. Just put it. That's it, and I'll make you a baller right now. I'll make you a baller. And you will have bragging rights to this stream. Okay. Oh goodness. But anyways, um and by the way, for those of you who are watching the replay, once again, the link to my buy me a coffee, if you'd like to contribute, is pinned. Actually, it's in the description. It's in the description. Yeah, it's in the description. So yeah, donate whatever you feel to donate, and I would humbly appreciate and love you for that. So, speaking of love and hate, uh, also that reminds me, look out. Oh, you know what? Let me do this. 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 Because um, I definitely want to do a video speaking on this. Okay. Let me do this. Okay. There we go. Right. So what I do, okay, is when I have like YouTube ideas or or videos or concepts or things I want to do, I make notes of it so that that lets me know that's the next type of video or subject or things that I would like to do. You know, so this is what keeps me going, keeps the channel going. And sometimes it could be that, we could be talking right here on live and something will come up. And, I write it down and and it could be something where that needs to be the next video. So, yeah. Oh, and speaking of, there's one more thing I need to write down. Okay. So, let's see. One more thing. One more thing. Right. Yep, there we go. Yep. Yep. Sorry. Somebody's texting me. Make sure I just, yeah, hold on. Sorry. Anyways, so for those of you who are in the chat, feel free to say hey, feel free to say what's up, blah, 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 blah. Let me know when you're in the building. All right. Um, and yeah, you know, or if you've gone through a loss, let me know in the comments what loss you've gone through, how you've recovered, or if you've gone through something where you know you feel like you're losing something and yet you gain something, or maybe you're feeling like you're at a loss right now. Let me know in the comments, and let's talk about it. Because that's today's topic. Basically, is it's okay to lose. Okay, so just like I've gone through loss, on all sorts of areas, but I've also gained. And I hope that with my live stream today, that maybe this can be a word of encouragement. Maybe I can be the example of someone who's lost something and has gained something. Maybe I can, just give you advice. Maybe I could just simply give you support, whatever it is. I hope that I can do that for you in this live. You know, um, if I can do that, then I definitely have done my job. And yeah, and for me, it's worth it to come on to the live and have these talks. It's worth it, definitely. So, but so if any of you feel that way, just let me know in the comments. Just let me know in the comments. Um, or if you would like to just say hey or what's up, let me know in the comments. You know. Um, so, but Colin, man, what's going on with your life, man? Let me know. Let me know. Let me know what's going on. What's going on? TMI, man, where you at? Y'all go subscribe to TMI, by the way. This guy, yeah, he's good people, man. Oh, speaking of TMI, let me go ahead and I'm gonna put the link to his channel so that y'all can go subscribe. Y'all go check him out. All right. Um, so let's get to his channel. Okay. Get it. Let's get it. Okay. Yep. Here we go. There we go. All right. There we go. Bam. Right. So when y'all get a chance, also go to TMI's channel, go subscribe, go like, go watch his videos. That I mean, is good dude. He's good dude, And you know, uh, okay. All right. All right. Let's see. Yep. All right. Anyways, yeah. So, oh, sorry about that. Anyways, so like I was saying, if anybody in the chat gone through loss or would like to talk about, how they've lost something and have gained something, let me know in the chat what you've gone through, how did you lose something, how did you gain it back, or if you lost someone, how did their loss end up being an influence that you end up gaining something greater in your life, um, or how did you know you you lost whatever it is that you lost, and because of the loss, you end up gaining. Like, let me know in the comments. Let's talk about it. All right. Um, so I hope I can be an influence, you know, to you, or just be a support. That's all. That's my goal for this live, is to be a support. So, but, yeah. Uh, there we go. Yep, yep, yep. So there we go. Yeah. So let's see what else. What else? What else can I mention? Um, there's something I was going to mention. Um, oh, yes, yes. There is something I need to mention. So, speaking of lives, okay, for those of you who are watching the live and you're watching the replay, make sure that you show up to my birthday live that will be coming up, okay, this week. Look out for that, all right? So, um, and speaking of my birthday lives, all I ask is, if you want to give me a gift, then just give me a gift in the form of a donation. It could be $1, it could be, you know, £2, whatever. But that's all I'm asking for my birthday. All right. So look out for that live coming up this week. All right. So um, I'm going to try to do a live where I'm gonna try to make it into a marathon. So that'd be cool. Um, what's my PayPal? Um, actually, if you can do buy me coffee, the link is pinned to the top of the chat, and I would greatly appreciate it. All right. So yeah, so just use the buy me a coffee. All right. So, but if you could do that, thank you so much. Copy and paste. Um, but if you would like to be a baller today, copy and paste. Just put $50 or 50 pounds, and I will make you, you know, the baller for today. So, anyways, what day? Oh, thank you, thank you, thank you, thank you. So my birthday is actually March 12th. All right, March 12th. So y'all make sure to show up for my birthday. All right, and let's celebrate. Let's you know let's have a great day on March 12th, and I'm going to be celebrating the fact that I've been on this earth another year, and here I've made it. Copy and paste says you deserve having freebies in Thailand. Uh, what exactly do you mean by that? Copy and paste. You deserve having freebies in Thailand. What do you mean by that? Just tell me. What do you mean by that? I I want to make sure I'm understanding what you mean by you deserve having freebies. I mean, even though nothing is actually free, um, um, some good time. Well, what do you mean by some good time? Like, I can't read your mind, copy and paste. So you're gonna have to you're just gonna have to come out and say what you're talking about. All right. Oh goodness. What do you mean by that? Uh, happy hour. So how am I getting a freebie happy hour? How am I getting a freebie? Like, I just want to know from your point of view, copy and paste. What, like, just come out and say what you mean. Just tell me. Um, great. Yes. Thank you. Okay, great. Turning 30, turning 57 is a blessing. You still have your health, mind, and determination. Yes, thank you so much, Charles. Yes, absolutely. Um, um, all I could say to that is, um, I'm in God's will and in God's favor. That's the best I could say to that, and I'm definitely thankful for that. Um, a copy and paste says you're 57. You use your imagination. Well, yeah, but I'd rather you just come out and say what you mean, because I could think of a lot of things, So, you know, like if you're trying to say enjoy myself with freelancers or things like that, then come out and say it. Like, we're adults here. Like, come on, we ain't got the bullshit, Just come out and say it. You know what I'm saying? We're adults here. Come on, just say it. We ain't got to be like, well, use your imagination and like just say it. Like, what? What? Come on, just say it. You know, like if that's what you're talking about as a freebie, then who's paying for that? As a freebie. Like, I don't understand. Like, what's a freebie? So, anyways, so um, yeah, but nah, but I'm look, Charles, I see what's going on, but you know, I'll let this person rock out for a little minute. As long as they're not taking things too far. I'll let them rock out for a minute. You know what I mean? And that's one thing I'll tell you. Right? Is I've learned that with trolls, there's good trolls and there's bad trolls, and the ones who are bad, they just take things too far, and I get rid of them. There's nothing for me to say. If they're good trolls, all right, I could rock with it. So that's my answer to that, you know. So, but if copy and paste wants to be a bad troll, then copy and paste is going to see what happens. You know what I mean? Like, you know, um, but at the same time, copy and paste is actually doing me a favor. So, okay, cool. As long as copy and paste wants to do me the favor, cool. But as long as copy and paste understands what's going on, right. So, um, no, 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 no. Gold, no, no, no. Me and this person, that's done and over with. So, no, it's no point. Okay. Yeah, it's no point. So, again, copy and paste. It's no point. It's no point. So, yeah, it's no point. So, So that's how I deal with that one, Charles. Very simple. Okay, that's all. Um, oh wow, yeah. So there's a friend of mine right now who's also going through something that right now her dad uh, just was admitted into ICU. Um, let's see. He has. Let me make sure. Make sure. Oh, he had emergency heart surgery. So I would just like to say, speedy recovery and prayers up to my friend's father who just messaged me and let me know. Um, uh, right, there we go. There we go. Right. Um, yeah, yeah. Hmm, okay. Okay. Yeah, yeah. So I would just like to offer my prayers and speedy recovery to my friend's dad, who right now is going through surgery. So, yes. Anyways, sorry about that. So Charles, so I just want to ask you, like, so as far as your career in public education, so what do you think you can do differently, I guess, to get ahead or to make it better, or it would make a difference in your career that would at least make it feel like, okay, this is worth it, and this is why I should do it this way. Like tell me, because obviously with your singing career, man, there it is. You're doing great. You're doing great. You know what I mean? But as far as your other career, what do you think you can do different, or what do you think you can do to improve, or what is it that you feel that um, maybe um, if you just simply asked, for a raise, or I don't know, or maybe try to get a different position or something. You know what I'm saying? So, yeah, but anyways, um, but yeah, to copy and paste, I already said, me and this person, we don't deal with each other. So, um, yeah, that's the end of that. If you want to continue, then um, you're wasting your time, and I'm just letting you know straight out. Um, don't mention that person's name again. Okay? Thank you very much. Right. Anyways, so what was I saying? Yes. So let me know. Let's see. Oh, no problem. Right. So yeah, Charles. So let me know. Um, you know, as far as your career and as far as what can you do that's better. Oh, and also let me know as far as your singing career. Have you also considered doing something like a concert as a classical singer? Have you considered, maybe doing a video, where you just put it out, or maybe doing a recital, or just something to say, you know, I got one more in me that I could prove that I can do this, Yeah, yeah. So Yeah. All right. So copy and paste this. All right. Yes, that's the case. So yeah, that's done. That's done. That's it. Done. All right. Charles, what I will do differently is hopefully change positions at the end of the school year that will allow me to do more coaching. Ah, you see, look at that, look at that, look at that. Now, you know what? Watch this, watch this, watch this. Okay. Now, here's what I'm going to say to you. Hold on a second, sorry. Okay. Here's what I'm going to say to you, right? When you feel it's time to make that move, then just remember that sometimes you need to let go, or rather, you need to close one door for many doors, that are open for you to walk in, that you probably could be going into, that will probably give you something greater than if you kept staying inside of this door, right? That's how I look at it. So, when you feel it's time, then you heard me say it here that life and things will evolve in a way that you've never imagined, or will evolve in a way that will be a lot greater than you ever thought. And all it took was for you to just say, it's time for me to let go of this in order for me to move on to this. See? So what does Charles say? Charles say, yes, I specialize in singing. Oh, okay, 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 okay. So I'm also putting together. Uh, okay, yeah, 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 yeah. Please, please, listen, man. Um, do me a favor, Charles, if you can. Um, do me a favor, Charles. Reach out to me on my email, okay? Um, uh, my email is actually on my profile. Yeah, it's on my profile. So definitely reach out to me on my and let's talk on the back end. All right, let's talk on the back end. I think that is, that's awesome. Um, and especially for the fact that you're singing spirituals and hymns. I mean, it's funny that you say that, because um, I also uh, play for a church, right? Um, and just to share with you, so um, in the past couple of months, there was this one church that I played for, and they also live stream, and mostly what they do is what's called CCM, praise and worship kind of music, right? And in that world, man, oh my goodness, like it's amazing how many people uh really are into that world. Like it's amazing, and and even if you're not, let's just say, the best singer, the best what, but the point is the message is more important, okay? And as long as what you're singing and talking about, the message is what's being delivered, then boom, there you have it. You know what I'm saying? So um yeah, that would be great. That would be great. Um so I really hope that you get that going. Even listen, bro, even if it's just a one-off, you know, I would encourage you to do it. And but like I said, let's talk on the back end, and maybe I can give you some ideas or some things that you can probably do, you know, that can further the blessing or further your goal in what it is that you're doing. So that's why I'm saying let's talk on the back end. Yeah, no problem, no problem, no problem, no problem, no problem, not a problem. Um, but um, but like I said, it's guys like you, Charles, is exactly why I'm doing this live stream. This is like bruh. I mean, this is exactly why, you know, because it's about people like you, you know. So, but hey, copy and paste. Hey, it is what it is, whatever that means. Okay, but anyways, it is what it is. Right. But like I was saying, it's guys like you, Charles, that this is why I do this live stream. Um, because if I can say something or encourage, or it's just my support in some kind of way, that's going to be a positive influence, then this live stream is worth it. This live stream is worth it. You know what I'm saying? Um, but By the way, speaking of, since you're driving, I hope you made it to your designation. I hope you made it to your designation safe and sound. Okay, very important. All right. So, but yeah, brother, that's awesome, man. That's awesome. That's awesome. Um, yeah, but yeah. So far with this live stream, we're almost at 2 hours. So I think I'm gonna land the plane once we hit 2 hours, unless something comes up where somebody's gonna come up or whatever it is. Then cool. But yeah. But other than that, like I said, it's people like Charles and Colin and whoever that's watching the replay. That if you feel like me talking about loss has supported you, has made you think about something, me talking about loss um, has inspired you, you know, or me talking about loss has just given you something to make you feel like you're not alone, then this live stream that I'm doing is totally, totally worth it to me, you know? And I am humbled and blessing that I'm humbled and blessed. Sorry. I'm so, uh, you know, tongue tied, you know, because of the way things are going. But, anyways, um, but if you guys would like to buy me a coffee, you know, so speaking of copy and paste, I would encourage you, copy and paste, to buy me a coffee. The link is pinned to the chat. You can buy one, two, three, four, five coffees, as much as you'd like, and I would definitely appreciate it. Okay. If you would like to be the baller of this live stream, all you got to do is buy me a coffee that's worth 50 pounds or $50, and you will be the baller of this live stream, and you will get a personal shout out for that. And I'll definitely appreciate it. All right. So, yeah. So, like I was saying, um, if I can do that for you in some kind of way, then like I said, this live stream is worth it to me. And for those of you who are watching the replay, let me know in the comments if you feel like, me talking about loss, and if it's giving you support, or if it's giving you something to think about, or if you feel like you've lost something and you'd like to share it in the replay, let me know in the replay. Okay, and let's get a discussion going. Or if you feel like me talking about it is just, a blessing to you, then let me know in the comments in the replay. If you feel as though, um, you know, I've encouraged you, let me know, you know. Um then I take that as a blessing, and I'm very humbled that I can be there for you in some kind of way. Because again, I feel like if my presence right now is worth it, then yeah, this is why I do these live streams. But like I said, other than that, you know, my birthday is coming up in a few days. So for those of you who have not subscribed to the channel, I encourage you to subscribe to my channel. Please hit the notification bell so that you will be notified each and every time a new video is uploaded, and as well as give this video a like. Give this video a like. Please share this video with your family and your friends, and leave a comment. All right, just leave me a comment right about there. All right, and let's get a discussion going. All right, so once again, I would like to humbly thank each and every one of you for watching this live. If there's nothing else that anybody else would like to say, then I'm going to simply land my plane by simply ending the stream and saying, booyah.